Every August in the heat of the summer, schools from all over the area are beginning their fall sports. One of those sports is boys soccer, but one soccer game stands out among the rest. It's the Bernacki Memorial Cup, which is played every year between Brother Rice and Seaholm to honor a man that left us way too soon.
A group of boosters were meeting and planning, and someone said to me, we really should have an official name for the game. We should do something that is more than just, Seaholm versus Brother Rice. Does anybody have any ideas? And just right away, I thought the very best thing we could do would be to name this game after Keith and produce a cup of some sort and then honor Keith's legacy.
Keith Bernacki was born to Ed and Karen Bernacki on May 11th, 1977, and had a normal childhood, but fell in love with sports at a very young age.
As a child, he was very, very active. He wanted, and anything related to a ball, he enjoyed.
His summers were baseball, soccer was in the fall, basketball and skiing were in the winter, golf and tennis were in the spring, and also soccer in the spring.
And Keith continued to follow his passion of sports all the way through high school at Brother Rice. He was named Honorable Mention All-State as a soccer player and First Team All-State as a tennis player, and would go on to graduate and attend the University of Michigan. But in the winter of 1997, while at U of M, the Bernacki family would learn the news that Keith was diagnosed with a rare cancer called Ewing's sarcoma.
It's a very, very aggressive bone tumor, and it's usually seen in teenagers and young adults.
That was a pretty major blow. They didn't tell you that you would live a long time.
I knew it was bad, but I sort of took it upon myself as my job is to distract Keith from everything else. He's going to go to his appointments, he's going to get treated with my parents, I'm going to go visit him there, but when he's home, it's distract him with video games, distract him with sports.
And despite fighting a battle internally, Keith never let it slow him down thanks to his family. He'd go on to graduate from the University of Michigan with an undergraduate degree in political science and a master's degree in education, which helped him land a job as an English teacher and tennis coach at Seaholm. While at U of M, he would also meet his eventual wife, Katie, in 2002, and they would get married in 2006. They would also go on to have a son named Will in 2009, and Katie admits that Keith was a fantastic father.
Very hands-on. So Keith wasn't working much. He had been on disability then when Will was born. So between his treatments, his mom would sometimes come over if he needed the extra help. But he was the stay-at-home dad, so to speak. Yeah, so he's very into being a dad.
But as time passed, the cancer grew, and just like he would in a game, Keith battled the disease to the end with tremendous fight, but passed away at the age of 33 on February 22, 2011. But like in life, in death, Keith's passing left a lasting impact on the community, and to honor him, the first Memorial Cup was played between Seaholm and Brother Rice October 3, 2020. The family, as well as Seaholm Athletic Director Aaron Frank, are now happy to see the community continue to honor the memory of Keith moving forward.
It means a lot to me, especially when some of his former teammates come back.
It's really one of the most meaningful days, even though it's an early season game and it's not playoffs and we're not in the same league. It really is one of the most meaningful days of the year, whether the game is here or away.
Keith passed away over 14 years ago and they're still doing this. Many of the families, many of the students and athletic players who knew him are gone. And I think he would absolutely appreciate this. He would think it's awesome that there's a soccer game named after him with a trophy named after him.
It's really special. I love it for Will. He doesn't talk about his dad much, but I know it means a lot to him, and I know that he's got some emotions probably deep down about it, but it's nice, really just touching, and that people still remember him and have this honor.
When we were coming home from the hospital in January of 1997, Keith was terrified. And he said, You know, Dad, I had such modest goals in life. I wanted to graduate from college. I wanted to get a job. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have a family. And I wanted to make a difference in at least one person's life. I told him that story the day before he died. And I said, you remember those things, those goals you had? On that last one, you really overachieved on making a difference in someone's life because you touched so many, many people.